Well, hello everybody. Today's verse of the day is Proverbs 14:4. It says, "Where there are no oxen, the manger is empty, but from the strength of an ox come abundant harvests." So I was thinking about it. Do you want to be alone? Would you rather have a clean, perfect life? Everything is controlled and well maintained. No need to think about others. No need to plan to have extra. It's just you, alone. Is that the goal of your life? Perfect, sterilized existence? Free from friction, mess. Oxen require food. It's an expense to buy a manger, to maintain a place. Requires regular cleaning. No mold is to be tolerated, so oxen don't get sick. You need to visually inspect the manger to make sure there are no cracks and the food doesn't get stuck there, so bacteria doesn't grow and poison the animal. Feeding requires planning and expenses. Too little food? Oxen are malnourished. Too much food? And oxen are bloated, overfed, and slow to produce. The food needs to be just the right amount. It requires a relationship. It requires for a spouse to know another spouse, if I can draw that parallel. It says in contrast, but from the strength of a ox come abundant harvests. I think in marriage, there's a tendency to have a poop-free marriage. We want the harvest, we want the results, but we're not willing to overlook the mess. We're not willing to say, this is going to get messy in the process, but we will have an amazing life. When we understand to make it a regular habit to overlook a mess, we get to appreciate an abundant harvest. If we focus on perfect criteria or a squeaky clean process, we don't get to abundant harvest. We get to some or no harvest because we get lost in perfecting the process instead of producing abundant harvest. It is best to allow oxen to use its strength how it sees fit, not how we prefer it. And so it's in marriage when we try to control the actions of our spouse, and our spouse is gifted differently. We get stuck. Why? Because the process is more important than the result. And then the process becomes an idol. Things got to be done like this. Things got to be put away like this. And meanwhile, we forget to enjoy each other's company, have fun, go out, communicate, live. So if you want a perfect life, what kind of perfection is that? Sterilized, alone? You don't have to think about others? Or do we learn to become selfless, more like Christ, thinking about others, serving others, overlooking an offense, overlooking a mess? Because when two people come together, you're going to have a mess. And that mess, if you're willing to allow God to mold you, can become your message.